Well, my background is pretty diverse. Coming out of high school, I knew I wanted to be in the engineering architecture field, but I also knew I was not ready for college. So I opted to go to a trade school. I got an associate's degree from what is now Pittsburgh Technical College, associate's degree in specialized technology. So this was in the mid 80s when CAD and GIS and GPS and all things survey they were new. So that's what my degree is in. Got that, started working for about 10 years. I decided, after working in the survey world, decided to go back to school. Went to Robert Morris University, got my bachelor's in management information science, which worked out well because it tied my survey background to the data management and decision support, really supporting my GIS initiatives. I was thinking a lot about this. I think the one I think is probably the most memorable and gives me the most pride. In the early 2000s, 2004, 2005, I was doing a lot of work with the Army National Guard on the planning side of the business. They were struggling with keeping track of what they call their real property or their assets. So anything from buildings to trucks to fences. So working with the Army Guard headquarters, we collaborated and developed a step-by-step methodology to integrate everything from aerial imagery to LiDAR to traditional survey to develop a process to help them systematically capture the right information they needed. It's kind of, it's proudful for me because that methodology and that standard that we set is still being used today, 20 years later. The role of the operations manager is complicated. So I oversee several different departments: our planning and GIS team, water, wastewater, energy, geomatics, and environmental and geotech. So lots of moving parts there. As the operations manager, one of my key responsibilities is to make sure that those diverse teams are working together as one. So whether that's for a single client or in a particular market, I help develop that strategy and work with all those technical leads and project managers to make sure that we know where we're going, what we need to do to get there, and make sure that we're executing efficiently, effectively, and profitably. Teamwork, clearly. Again, with a very diverse team, I'm a believer that nothing gets done by an individual. It takes, a collective group. Everybody brings their own strengths. Everybody has their own weaknesses, but as a team, we can move forward much quicker and more effectively that way. So teamwork, I think, is key. Well, I think that we all have that invested interest. If an individual team does well, the company does well, each individual does well at that point. So I think that's key. Interesting about me, again, I've had a long career, 35 plus years at this point. I think most people would be surprised to know that I have completed projects in 47 states and in 14 different countries.